Although the transfer portal has gone crazy over the last few months, there are still a number of valuable players still available. They may not be household names or guys you're begging your team to get, but there's still a lot of players who can make a big impact at a new program in 2024. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the 10 best players still available in the transfer portal. Before we get to today's video, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications if you're new to my channel. If you're watching this video, odds are that you love college football, and odds are you aren't subscribed to my channel, so make sure to subscribe to one of the best college football communities here on YouTube. A lot of great quarterbacks have already transferred this offseason, but the best one remaining is former James Madison quarterback Jordan McLoud. He was one of the better quarterbacks in all of the FBS in 2023. In 13 games, McLoud completed 68% of his passes while throwing for just under 3,700 yards. He had 35 passing touchdowns with only 10 interceptions. In addition, he also added 300 yards on the ground with 8 rushing scores. He was 4th in the entire country in total touchdowns responsible for, so that was a pretty solid season, I'd say. McLoud was one of only 4 quarterbacks in all of the FBS to throw for at least 3,400 yards or rushing for at least 300 yards, joining Drake May, Dylan Gabriel, and Jaden Daniels, and I think that's some pretty good company to be in. I looked on Google and I didn't see McLoud linked to any teams, which seems pretty shocking. I mean, either he's waiting for the right opportunity to open up, or for some reason, teams just aren't calling him. The best running back in the transfer portal is former Miami of Ohio running back Rashad Amos. Despite rushing for over 1,000 yards this season, he still hasn't found a home. The junior ran for 1,075 yards while averaging over 5 yards a carry in 2023. He also added 13 rushing touchdowns as well. He ended his Miami career with a bang as he rushed for 180 yards with a score against Appalachian State. After Jedd Fisch left Arizona for Washington, a number of their players entered the portal. One of the top players who left and is still sitting there is cornerback Jakori Daas. He made 11 starts for the Wildcats this past season and led the Pac-12 with 15 pass breakups. Daas earned second-team All-Pac-12 while finishing with a career-high 25 total tackles and an interception. He emerged as one of the best cornerbacks in all of the Pac-12 and is going to be a massive add on defense for whichever program adds him. We'll stay on defense with former Troy safety Caleb Ransaw. He had his best season of his career in 2023 with the Trojans. He finished his campaign with 51 tackles, including 6 tackles for loss. He also had an interception, a fumble recovery, and 2 pass breakups. Former Maryland tight end Cory Daas is still available as well. He emerged as one of the top weapons for the Terps this past year. In 11 games, he set a career high with 49 receptions. He also finished with 491 receiving yards, 3 shy of his number from 2022. He also had 2 receiving touchdowns as well. He finished second on the team in receptions as he was one of Taulia Tagovailoa's top targets. His 49 receptions led all Big Ten tight ends, and that number was good for the 4th most among all FBS tight ends as well. Overall, he finishes his Maryland career with 107 receptions, 1,200 yards, and 9 receiving touchdowns. Pretty good for a tight end, I'd say. We actually have another really good tight end still available in former Stanford tight end Benjaminyurasek. During his career with the Cardinal, he caught 108 passes for 1,300 yards and 5 touchdowns. He was a first-team All-Pac-12 mention ahead of the 23 season, but he appeared in only 6 games, catching 16 passes for 240 yards with the receiving score. In his previous 2 seasons, he was one of the best tight ends in all of college football. In 2021 and 2022, he caught nearly 100 passes for 1,000 yards and 4 receiving touchdowns. When he's on the field, he's one of the best tight ends in all of college football. With their head coach leaving for Arizona, San Jose State has had a number of players enter the portal, the biggest being defensive end Trey Smith. He was named to the Mountain West All-First Team after his great 2023 campaign. Smith had a career-high 66 tackles, along with 9.5 tackles for loss and 6.5 sacks. Both of those are career highs as well. he was one of the top defensive players in the Mountain West Conference. Smith is seen by many as the top edge rusher that is still available in the portal and one of the top defensive players remaining as well. We'll add another San Jose State player in former running back Quali Conley. He was the Spartans' leading rusher this past season as he ran for nearly 900 yards while averaging 6.5 yards a carry. He also rushed in 9 touchdowns and had 27 receptions for 300 yards through the air. That's pretty impressive, especially considering he had a 3-game stretch during the year where he attempted only 7 rushes. If you take out those 3 games where he barely played, he was on pace for well over 1,000 yards. He reportedly took a recent visit at Arizona where his former coach ended up. If I were to guess, a number of San Jose State players are probably going to end up in Tucson this offseason. It was just a few years ago where Denver Harris was a 5-star recruit and was one of the top overall recruits in the entire country. He was dismissed from Texas A&M after playing in only 5 games in 2022. He then transferred to LSU where in the fall he wasn't a part of the team picture and missed a week of practice. He didn't travel with the team to Orlando for the season opener against Florida State, but he was in the starting lineup for the next 3 games. He also saw time in a couple of games the rest of the season and finished the year with 7 tackles and 2 pass breakups. He's going to be looking at his 3rd program in 3 years though, as he's back in the portal looking for a brand new opportunity. Well, you know what they say, 3rd time's the charm. I know earlier I mentioned the best running back in the transfer portal, but former New Mexico running back Jakori Kross might actually be the best available. In 12 games this past year, the senior ran for 1,200 yards while averaging more than 6 yards a carry. He also had 17 rushing touchdowns, the 5th most in all of the FBS. He ended his season on a tear as he had one of the best 2-game stretches we've seen from a running back in recent memory. Against Fresno State, he ran for 210 yards while averaging 10 yards a carry. He also added 2 rushing scores as well. He somehow managed to top himself a week later as he ran for 233 yards against Utah State. He only had 1 rushing touchdown though. Jakori was named an honorable mention All-American by College Football News and was named to the 2nd team All-Mountain West. Well, those are 10 of the best players that are still available in the transfer portal. Is there a player on today's list you're hoping your team signs? Also, is there a really talented player that's still available that wasn't mentioned in today's video? Whoever it is, let me know in the comment section down below, and they could be featured in my next video. Before you leave, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications if you're new to my channel. I'm posting college football videos all off season, so make sure to subscribe so you never miss a video. Also, don't forget to drop a like on this video as well. It helps out with that YouTube algorithm and helps share the video with more college football fans. Plus, it only takes a second to do. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you all in my next video.